Romo attended Eastern Illinois on a partial football scholarship, but he did not play a snap freshman year, and coaches suggested a position change to tight end.
And I told him, I said, no, I understand where you're coming from, Coach, but give me one more year, and if you don't see improvement, or if you don't think I'm better, then we can talk about it again, but give me one more chance. And that really was the day that I switched in my brain, really for the rest of my life. From that day on, I would argue for the next 10 years, maybe 12, I threw a football every single day of my life. And so when I came back in the spring game, probably 4 months later, I went like 19 for 21 with like 2 touchdowns. And I went over to Coach afterward and I was like, do you mind if I stay a quarterback? He's like, I think you could stay a quarterback, so.
Romo went on to win the Walter Payton Award, the equivalent of the Heisman Trophy for Division I AA. Excitement was high for the 2003 NFL Draft.
So draft day was interesting because we have a big party. It's out back right here. So we probably have, I don't know, 100 family and friends that come over.
Welcome to the 68th annual NFL selection meeting, commonly known as the draft.
All of a sudden, bam, 3rd round ends, we don't get drafted, which is okay. Now we're into the 6th round, we're in the middle. Dallas is calling, people are calling. All of a sudden the cheese dip is cold, no one's eating or talking anymore.
And just to throw one other name into the mix, Division III, Mount Union, Rob Adamson, all he did was win back-to-back national titles.
Tony Romo, Eastern Illinois, too.
Finally, the 6th round ends, and we're going to the 7th round, and I just, all right, Dad, I'm out of here. I'm walking down the street.
On the 262nd pick and the last pick in this draft, the Oakland Raiders pick Ryan Hogue.
And then you don't get drafted. I felt like I let everybody down. You feel like you're just not very good. And then you feel humiliated because it's in front of everyone that's coming here to support you. Then in the next hour, it's like, where are you going?
Many teams called, but Romo's final decision was between the Broncos and the Cowboys, with Denver offering $10,000 more to sign.
Behind the scenes, Sean Payton's like, we don't need to go any higher. I mean, Jerry's like, we'll give him 20, what's the big deal? And Sean's like, no, I got him. We'll keep him at 10. I already can tell. I'd still tell him to this day he owes me $10,000.
He took the least amount of money for the best reason, because he had a great chance of making that team.
I looked at the roster. I thought Dallas gave me the best chance to make it. They had a coach I wanted to learn from. It was Bill Parcells who was there.
Now, come on, kid. You got the ability to do it. Take it with you.
I think he was smart enough to see the opportunity, and I always tease him, ask him how it worked out, that decision. So I think it worked out pretty good for him.
Coming up.
Romo, come here.
You got to get the ball out of your hands.
You know what you are? You're a ball in high grass.
They'd be licking their chops. You'd be like liverwurst on rye.
What's that? He's like, lost. I walked right into that one.
You know, I like to think I'm a, small town guy who grew up, went to a small school, came here, and now he's lucky enough to play a game that he loves.
As an undrafted third stringer, Tony Romo was a long shot to become the star quarterback Dallas had been searching for since Troy Aikman suddenly retired.
Tony, where is that Romo?
That first year, if we just put him in there, it would have been worse than bad. He was athletic. He did have a quick delivery. We just tried to help him with his throwing, his accuracy, his decisions.
Okay, sit, throw it. Tony, set your feet, and throw it. I don't like this. What's this? Come on. Let's go.
The good Lord just blessed me with the ability to process, spatial awareness, things of that nature quickly. So when I got to the NFL, that wasn't that fast. It was almost, I was like, feels the same speed to my brain. Now the difference is, I'd see the guy and throw it before he was open because I could see it, but I'd throw it in the dirt. The problem was I was so bad at throwing a football and just the mechanics and the knowledge of the game at that point.
Huh? You're gonna get killed. Huh? They'd be licking their chops. You'd be like liverwurst on rye. Huh? Little pepperoni. They say, ooh, we got a little pepperoni back here. We can have for lunch. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you again.
For over 3 seasons, Romo sat. He didn't throw a single pass in a game.
Those 3.5 years felt like 20.
Get it out of there. That's a sack.
I never even got like a rep. And so, I mean, it just felt like you were destined to never get an opportunity.
Come on, Romo. You should have known pre-snap what to do there.
David Lee worked with me every day in throwing the football, day and night.
Okay.
You know, I'd be like, can I get 20 footballs just so I can throw into my couch at home? I just started to get immersed in it at that time. And then when they all started to come together, I improved quickly.
By 2006, Romo turned the corner.
2nd and 8. Come on, kid. Tony, will you run your team? God darn it. Come on, kid. Come on, Tony. Throw it, throw it, throw it. That a boy, you got it? That a boy, Tony. That's a good throw, Tony.
And I think Bill must have seen something that he liked, because it was a unique decision that he made, that he's going to start Tony in that first preseason game and just allow him to have that opportunity to play with the starters.
I'm going to play him a lot Saturday night. I might start him and let him go.
I mean, he's studying his brains off.
No, I know, that's good. He better study his brains off. This is it. 3 years? Come on.
He's not.
Tony Romo's going to start at quarterback. Bledsoe's going to get the night off so that Tony Romo can play a lot.
The Seattle game in '06 in the preseason was probably, still to this day, I would argue might have been the most important game I've ever played in, just individually. You know right then that this is basically an evaluation to see whether or not you can be the starter and be the guy. If you're the first-round pick or you're a guy in the first few rounds, you get multiple opportunities, you get years. When you're a free agent, you really only get one shot. That was my chance, and I knew that at the time. And so when I went in that game, I wasn't going to be timid.
Romo has completed his last 6 in a row. 12 in a row for Tony Romo.
I'm throwing like 18-yard, back shoulder on the sideline right before I'm getting hit, and we're moving the chains. I'm like, I haven't thrown that in my entire career, but this ball's coming out, and it's coming out fast.
Here's Romo, goes deep in the end zone. It's caught, touchdown, Dallas.
What a heck of a throw by Tony Romo.
Offensively, there's only one thing you're going to watch, and that was Tony Romo. And I think he certainly passed the test.
He did a real good job, and that's when I knew he's going to get a chance to play in the league.
The preseason performance began a buzz for the backup in Dallas. Romo showed similar poise when discussing his next contract 3 weeks later.
In the 4th preseason game, before the game, you go out and you warm up for an hour, and I come in, and all of a sudden, one of the coaches says, hey, Coach Parcells wants to see you in the coach's office. And so I'm like, okay, that's different.
Bill and I got him in a little old room, like a closet almost.
And Jerry's like, Tony, come on, sit down right here. And Bill's sitting there with a little bit of a scowl on his face. Put this chair in. Right when I'm about to sit down, they kind of pull the chair in. So now it's like all 3 of our knees are touching right next to each other.
And I had both my feet kind of on his toes, and Bill was sitting there almost a half an inch from his ear.
It's about the most intimidated I've ever been in any sort of a setting in your life.
So we were squeezing him a little bit to sign the deal.
Bill says, I can't play today. I can't play today. I mean, we're not gonna showcase you for the rest of the league. You out there, you play well, and you're a free agent this year, and you're gonna go play somewhere else. I'm not gonna let you play today unless you're gonna sign this contract that we offered you.
He was so composed. He was so good. And he looked me in the eye and he said, I'm going to get to play when you've got an investment in me. The one you've proposed doesn't really make the kind of investment in me that I think will get on the field. I need to get on the field.
And so Jerry looks over at Bill and they look at each other and they're like, okay, I think we're going to do the contract that you want. And I was like, okay.
I shook his hand and said, that's done. He walked out of that door. And Bill jumps up and grabs me and said, we've got us a quarterback. Said, man, did you see that composure under this kind of pressure?
Romo earned the contract he wanted, but entering the 2006 season, he was still Drew Bledsoe's backup. His only full-time job was holding on place kicks. Midway through the year, on Monday Night Football, his long-awaited chance arrived.
Drew Bledsoe, that last interception is one that just can't happen. And I think Tony Romo is about to replace Drew Bledsoe at quarterback.
I remember like it was yesterday, we're kind of making halftime adjustments, and Bill just walks in. and he tells the quarterback coach, hey, why don't you go tell him Bledsoe's down, Romo's in. And I think all of us were surprised. Certainly Tony and Drew were.
I don't know that I've ever been more nervous. Your brain at the moment is just, this is happening. This is like what your whole life, every day that you do something for this. The first play I walk in and we're gonna call a safe bootleg.
Play action, bootleg to the right, throwing on the run, ball tipped into the air.
Ball goes flying in the air and I'm like, no.
Pass is intercepted. Tony Romo comes in, one pass, one interception.
I went out there, I was like a chicken with its head cut off. I mean, just boom, throw, hit, boom, throw, aggressive, everything.
Throwing, intercepted at the 3.
Romo's first meaningful NFL game was a disaster. He finished with 3 interceptions and 3 touchdowns, but one was to the Giants.
It's an interception return, 97 yards. Welcome to the NFL, Tony Romo. Terrible showing tonight. Terrible.
After 3.5 years on the bench, Tony Romo earned the starting job in Week 8 of 2006. He led Dallas to wins in 5 of his first 6 starts. On Thanksgiving, he tied the Cowboys' record for touchdown passes in a game, as fans playfully enshrined him.
5 touchdown passes for Hall of Famer Tony Romo.
What's going on? Just got it yesterday.
Did you see your name in the Ring of Honor that someone has put that?
You know, that's something you aspire to one day, definitely. And, you know, if I could play another 15 years maybe.
5 touchdown passes over.
Well, I know, but you know, a couple of them were, I could have thrown those 2. We've got a ways to go here, so put the anointing oil away, okay?
Bill Parcells tried squashing Romo mania, but it couldn't be stopped.
Within an instant, your life changed.
It was almost like a Disney sports-themed movie. The guy comes out of nowhere and just takes the whole city and then the country by storm. And it's Romo mania, and there's signs in the stadium. It just was something that I don't know that we've ever seen happen here in Dallas.
I was driving home from work one night, and there was one of those billboards, those digital billboards, and there was my brother on this billboard, and I was like, oh my gosh.
That was probably the time where you really stopped being the Wisconsin kid, and now you were the Dallas Cowboy. I know I got better looking in the eyes of the opposite sex, so that part of it helped.
I mean, my favorite sign I've seen today so far is Tony's better looking than Eli. There's a lot of girls holding it up.
After leading his team to first place, the former no-name free agent third stringer suddenly became the world's most eligible bachelor.
Carrie Underwood performed here at halftime Thanksgiving Day, met Tony Romo. They've been talking by phone. The thing about Romo, as much fun as it's been for the fans, it's been like twice as much fun for him.
Watch out, little playboy. Don't hurt yourself.
But here's Jessica wearing a Dallas Cowboys jersey with a pink number 9 on.
During that time, you just feel like, wow, girls like me. It's a positive, I guess. And then you eventually just grow out of that.
In just 10 starts, Romo was named to the Pro Bowl as he led Dallas to a playoff berth.
We're the Dallas Cowboys! Let's act like the Dallas Cowboys team!
In his first ever playoff start, the Cowboys trailed by 1 late in the game. Then, Romo started driving.
Romo's going to throw to the end zone. Witten caught it near the 1-yard line.
I remember on that drive, it's like, you know, you grow up in wanting to be the guy who takes your team down and scores. I mean, it's a playoff drive. I mean, one of the best drives of my career.
The only task left for Romo was to hold the ball for a short go-ahead field goal.
So it's 19 yards for the lead. The ball will be spotted by Romo at the 9.
Ball was slippery, blah, blah, blah. They used a new ball, you know. Still got to put it down. And the crazy thing is, I thought I almost made it to the end zone. I feel the guy coming in front of me, and I'm trying to get the angle to get across and really just get the first down. But I didn't know the guy was behind me.
I take responsibility for messing up at the end there, and that's my fault. And, I cost the Dallas Cowboys a playoff win, and I don't know that I've ever felt this low, at any point. So, I don't know. It's
The fans took that tough, but I think they believed that the future was going to be Tony Romo. He wasn't there to hold on snaps, and he never held on snaps again. He was there to throw the football and win games. And I think they felt that with Tony Romo as a quarterback, this team is going to win a Super Bowl.
Well, we got high hopes.
Entering 2007 with sky-high expectations, Romo delivered. He led Dallas to 13 wins and was named to a second straight Pro Bowl. Romo set new team records for passing yards and touchdowns in a season.
Romo made that play on his own.
His gunslinging and daring escapes fueled one of the most exciting regular seasons in Cowboys history.
High snap over his head. Romo runs it down at the 25 and kicks it. Picks it up and runs left. At the 20, Romo
will try and make something happen.
Gets away from one man. Left to the 40.
Tony Romo doing his thing. First down, Dallas, unbelievable.
Dallas looked destined for the Super Bowl, earning the top seed for the postseason. Romo decided to take Jessica Simpson and a couple teammates on vacation during their off weekend before the game.
Tony came to me early in the week in the bye. Hey, let's get some friends of ours. Let's get away, low key. I mean, we weren't on booze cruises going across Cabo.
But it took on a life of its own when people found out, obviously.
For a second straight season, the Cowboys' Super Bowl hopes were dashed without a playoff win.
An interception with 9 seconds left is going to end the Dallas Cowboys season.
That's a tough loss to take just because I feel like that was our best team.
This is a disappointment of absolutely colossal proportions, and the playoff drought will continue.
So we're the first team under that current playoff format as a #1 seed to lose their first game. Most of the blame fell on the quarterback, especially because of Cabo.
The worst thing he ever did was not bobbling the snap against Seattle. The worst thing he ever did, seriously, was taking that trip to Cabo.
Look, if you win that game, Cabo was the best thing that ever happened. It was an honest mistake by us. We certainly shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I don't think it had any bearing on the game. You know what I mean? It's just the optics of it, was wrong. And I think it's silly when you look back, you're like, why would you do that? But, at the time, you just don't know any better. Just live and you learn.